At the beginning of the story, we see a woman named Romy who is 50 years old and is the CEO of a robotic automation company. Romy is an influential, self-reliant, and successful woman. She is married to a famous theater director, and they have two daughters as well. But Romy's married life was not going well because her husband could not satisfy her in bed. But there was no fault in Romy's husband, rather Romy's physical needs were too much, because of which she never got satisfaction. For this reason, Romy was often sad. One day, when Romy was walking to her office, a dog runs to attack her on the way. Seeing this, Romy gets very scared, but a boy calls the dog to him and brings it under control. In this way, he saves Romy. After this, Romy reaches her office. Romy's assistant brings some new interns to her. Among them is the same boy who had saved Romy from the dog. His name is Samuel, and he is 23 years old. He is young, attractive, and confident. Here, both recognize each other. Romy sees that Samuel's energy is different from the other interns. He does not hesitate at all and asks questions fearlessly in front of Romy. After this, during the break, Romy asks Samuel, "How did you call that dog to you, and how did you calm it?" To this, Samuel explains that I had a cookie, which I fed to the dog and brought it under control. At night, Romy is in bed with her husband, but even today, he is unable to make her happy. Because of this, Romy has to fulfill her needs by watching videos. Then, the very next day, Romy goes with her husband to a party held at the office, where many people are present and are enjoying. She goes to the balcony to smoke a cigarette. Then Samuel comes to her and says that I have chosen you as my mentor in the company's mentorship program. But Romy doesn't know anything about this, so she remains quiet. After this, when Romy comes back to the party, her husband asks her to dance, but Romy doesn't dance and goes to the side and starts watching Samuel dancing with another girl. Samuel was dancing carefree, then his tie comes loose and falls down. Samuel was so involved in dancing that he doesn't notice anything. Meanwhile, Romy was continuously watching him without blinking. The next day, when Romy reaches the office, she sees Samuel's tie lying on the ground. She picks it up and takes it to her cabin. Then she starts smelling the tie and even kisses it, as if she is getting attracted towards Samuel. After this, Romy starts taking skin treatments and therapy to look young and beautiful. The next day, when Romy takes the lift to go to her cabin, she meets Samuel. Samuel tells her that I need to talk to you for 10 minutes under the mentorship program. But Romy replies that I don't have that much time and leaves from there. However, Romy's assistant convinces her to meet Samuel, saying that this will help in understanding people and will also benefit the company. After this, Romy has a meeting with Samuel. She says, "You have only 7 minutes. Quickly ask your question." Samuel questions Romy's decision. This was the first time that any employee had talked to her like this. Romy finds this a bit strange, but somewhere she is also impressed by it. When Romy starts to leave there in anger, Samuel stops her and comes near her. Samuel moves forward to kiss Romy, and seeing this, Romy also kisses him. But then Romy realizes that this is wrong, and she says this should not happen and leaves from there. After this, Romy decides to keep herself away from Samuel. But it was not so easy for her, because her husband still had not been able to give her that physical pleasure that would completely satisfy her. Therefore, Romy had become completely attracted towards Samuel. When Romy is in the office, Samuel tells her that we have to meet this week because I have chosen you as mentor and it is the company's rule. But Romy wanted to keep herself away from him, so she just replies, "I'll see." At night, Romy goes to a party with her office friends, where Samuel is also present and is continuously watching her. Both start staring at each other. After some time, Romy remembers some urgent work at the office, so she leaves from there and goes to the office. When she reaches her cabin, she finds a note on a table on which a hotel name, number, and time is written. The next day, Romy goes to that same hotel. She reaches inside the room, then Samuel comes inside. Romy says, "This is all wrong. We should not meet like this. Stop whatever is happening." Samuel smiles and asks her, "Then why have you come here?" Romy has no answer to this. She says with hesitation, "You are young, and I don't want to take advantage of you." But Samuel replies with confidence, "At this moment, I have the power. If I tell anyone about us, you will be fired from your job." Samuel's dominant attitude appeals to Romy. After this, Samuel asks her, "Have you ever thought about giving your control to someone else?" Romy slowly replies, "No, I always remain in control." Samuel smiles slightly and says, "I don't think so." He starts coming near her. Romy tries to stop him, but Samuel softly says, "Be quiet." Then he asks her to take off her clothes, but Romy refuses. Then Samuel orders her to sit on the floor on all fours like a dog. Romy obeys him and does just that. After this, Samuel takes a chocolate in his hand and asks Romy to eat it. Romy slowly moves forward and, bending like a dog, picks up the chocolate with her mouth and starts eating it. Samuel caresses her back and then makes love to her. After this, both come close. Romy feels completely satisfied for the first time and is very happy. From here, a new relationship starts between them, a relationship that was based on passion and balance of power. Romy's physical needs that her husband could not fulfill were now being fulfilled by Samuel. But it was also going on in Romy's mind that she is Samuel's boss and Samuel is much younger than her. Also, she is a married woman and has children too. But Romy ignores all this and starts meeting Samuel. Both of them meet at the office, hotel, and different places and have relations with each other. Gradually, Romy's body language starts changing. She was now looking more relaxed and carefree. Samuel always made love to her in a dominant way, and Romy started liking this very much. One day, when Romy returns home, she sees Samuel at home talking to her daughter and husband. Seeing this, she is stunned. Romy goes to him. Then Samuel lies to her that you forgot your laptop at the office, which I came to return. Romy angrily takes him to drop him in the car. Inside the car, she gets angry at Samuel. She tells him that my family is everything to me, and don't you ever come to my house. Romy tells him we should end this relationship. I don't want anyone to know about us. But Samuel gets angry, and an argument starts between the two. In anger, Samuel gets out of the car and leaves. The next day, Samuel messages Romy and calls her to the office terrace. He tells her that if you want us to end this relationship, then I will get my transfer to some other department. To which Romy objects because she was afraid that this would raise questions about her, and if the company people come to know about their relationship, then Romy will be removed from the company. At night, Romy is in bed and is thinking about all this in great stress. When Romy's husband starts making love to her, she gets angry and takes out all her anger on him. She tells her husband that you have never satisfied me physically till date. Saying this, she leaves the room. Her husband thinks that maybe she is saying such things in stress. Romy goes to the bar in desperation, where Samuel works part-time. Romy tries to talk to him, but he doesn't talk to her. The next day, Romy's husband asks her about last night. Then she says that she had said that in anger. Then Romy gets ready and goes to the office. She meets Samuel and tells him that I want to continue my relationship with you. Then Samuel tells her, if you want that, then you will have to agree to all my things. Romy hesitates at first, but after Samuel insists, she agrees. After this, Samuel starts controlling her. He takes Romy to a hotel and says, take off your clothes. Romy obeys him and does the same. Samuel tells her, you are very beautiful, and then both get close. From here, their relationship takes a different turn. Samuel becomes the dominant one, and Romy completely comes under him. Whatever order Samuel gives her, Romy follows it like an obedient person. Both seemed quite happy. One day, Romy's daughter's birthday party is going on at home. Then the doorbell rings. Romy opens the door and sees that her assistant has come, whom she had invited for the birthday. But the assistant had also brought Samuel with her. Actually, Samuel and Romy's assistant were dating each other. Romy's assistant asks her, I have brought Samuel. Is there any problem with this? Romy tries to look relaxed from outside, but was feeling very uncomfortable inside. Romy quickly messages and calls Samuel to the kitchen and takes out her anger on him. Romy says, I cannot see you with anyone else, and you cannot date any other girl. You are only mine. Just then, Romy's assistant comes there, and Romy immediately becomes quiet, and Samuel goes out of the kitchen with the assistant. The next day, Romy calls her assistant to her cabin at the office. She says, you cannot date an intern because you are senior to him. If you do this, your promotion may get stuck. The next day, Romy's assistant comes to her house. She tells Romy that I know everything about your and Samuel's relationship.
She tells Romy directly, "I want you to break up with Samuel and give me the promotion that I was going to get." The assistant tells her, "You are a role model for women. You have achieved a lot in your life. Don't ruin everything by making such a mistake." Saying this, the assistant leaves from there. Romy gets very stressed. She doesn't understand what she should do. When Romy's husband comes home, she tells him that I had some strange thoughts since childhood. I wanted to fulfill my fantasy, but you were never interested in them. Romy says, I had physical needs, but you could not fulfill them either. Because of this, wrong thoughts came to my mind, which I tried very hard to stop, but could not stop. Then I met a boy with whom I did all that. Hearing this, her husband breaks down inside. He asks, do I know him? To this, Romy lies. No, he was a stranger. We just met once and came close, because I also have physical needs. Hearing all this, her husband fills with anger. Romy tries to explain to him and says, I love only you. But her husband shouts, you cheated on me, didn't even think about the children once. He asks Romy to leave the house. Romy leaves the house crying and goes to live in another house. At night, Romy sees Samuel is bathing in the pool.
She comes near him and says, you leave from here. But Samuel pulls her into the water, and then they come close to each other. After this, both are inside the house. Then suddenly, Romy's husband comes there. He becomes furious seeing Romy and Samuel together. He starts to take Romy away from there, but Samuel comes in between, which starts a fight between the two. Romy comes in between and calms both of them down. Romy's husband tells Samuel that my wife used you for her fantasy, but Samuel says it's not like that. Then suddenly, Romy's husband gets a panic attack. Seeing this, Samuel steps forward and helps him and gives him water to drink. At that moment, Samuel realizes that he was doing wrong. He apologizes to Romy's husband and leaves from there. Romy's husband also leaves from there after recovering. Meanwhile, Romy was living alone in her other house. After a few days, her daughter comes to her and says that after you left, Papa is not coming home. He is staying in the theater, and he has also stopped eating and drinking. Romy's daughter says, he needs you, mother. Please come back home. He will forgive you. Romy listens to her daughter and goes to her husband's theater. Seeing him, she starts crying and apologizes to him for her mistakes. She says it won't happen like this anymore. Her husband remains quiet for a while and then hugs her. So both decide to give their relationship a new beginning. A few days later, Romy is at the office. Then a board member comes to her and says Samuel has gone to Japan and is doing new work there. He asks, does Samuel's leaving have anything to do with you? Romy doesn't say anything. Then he tells Romy that today I am alone at home, you can come. Romy understands that he knows about her and Samuel, and now he wants to take advantage of her. But Romy clearly says, I am not afraid of you, and you leave from here. After this, Romy is in her home bed with her husband. Her husband is trying his best to satisfy her according to her fantasy, and Romy is liking all this very much. She gets lost in deep thoughts while fully experiencing this moment. Her imagination takes her to the hotel room with Samuel, where Samuel is with the dog from the street, but Romy is imagining herself in place of the dog, where Samuel is making love to her. Actually, after meeting Samuel, Romy realized that the physical needs that she could not fulfill were fulfilled through Samuel, and Samuel made Romy feel her fantasy. And while being with Samuel, Romy came to know that she also likes the dominant way along with love, which Romy had never imagined before. And with this, the movie ends. Friends, if you were in place of Romy's husband, would you forgive her? If yes, then why? And if no, then why not? Do give your opinion in the comments section. Like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so that you don't miss upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.